yeah, I've been reading a lot, so I'm kind of like I'm learning a lot of different words, and yeah, I'm still trying to improve my English. And this month, actually, I like your feedback. It's been 5 months that I've been using Cambly, and I keep studying a lot. So I think, yeah, there's always room for improvement. But I think I'm like, at least I think I'm doing a good job. I've been doing a lot of listening. I've been practicing a lot, and I feel more comfortable to speak English. And I know, like, I still do, like, I still make some mistakes. That's totally okay. And yeah, I'd like a little feedback. What do you think I like that I'm doing all right? Or things that I do wrong that I could work on it, or I don't know. It's been 5 months, so I really feel comfortable, and I think that Cambly has helped me a lot. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think you've definitely improved and your conversation flows really well. Like I think with some students it's like the same conversation every time, like favorite movie, favorite music, what did you do today? Like, a lot of the same ones. But I
Uh
think with you, you flow very naturally in conversation, and I think we end up talking about like the most random things, and
huh.
yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I'm trying to work on, like to learn words from different topics. So I'm gonna be able to talk more like fluently about pretty much everything.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's why I'm reading a lot. That's a good way to acquire new vocabulary. And yeah, I think my listening is totally better than my speaking. I'm pretty much able to understand everything. So I like this month. I did 54 hours of listening. In English. That's like I don't know. That's almost 2 hours per day. And considering that I'm still studying other three language, so I think I really put in a lot of effort.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, I think looking up new words is always great. Like when I was in sixth grade, my mom was like, "You need to have a better vocabulary," and she would make me read a thesaurus. And I learned like the most interesting words there. Like one word that my uncle likes to say is opine. Have you ever heard of this?
Opine? No.
It's basically means to suggest. Like I opine that we do this.
Like to give your opinion, like.
It's like to give a suggestion, to propose something
Oh,
like
wow, I
this.
see. Wow, it's really formal.
Yes, I didn't know this word until I was like early 20s.
Yeah, and that's kind of sometimes even like easier words. It's kind of I sometimes I forget easier words, and I remember like difficult words now. I wanted to say the word uh to avoid. I was talking. I don't remember what exactly, but I wanted to say like to avoid in Portuguese, and I was like, oh my gosh, is there a word for that in English? I don't know. Oh my gosh, I don't think there is a word for that. So I remember like how to say to halt, to hinder, to halt, to hinder, but I didn't remember like to avoid. Like it's almost the same. You can use it depends of the context. So I was like, oh my gosh, it's avoid. Wow, it's a word so common, easy, and I didn't remember it. So it's kind of,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Sometimes I do remember more difficult words than easy words.
Yeah, I think it just because like it sticks with you when it's something difficult, you like remember it because it's unique.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh, how the hell I remember halt, hinder, to hamper? These words I never really used it, and I didn't remember to avoid. Like, wow.
Yeah, and do you ever get your languages mixed up, especially like Italian and French? I think they're so similar. Like, do you ever confuse them?
So French never. That's why I stopped Spanish and I decided to go to French. So French, I don't think it's like there are a few common vocabularies, but I don't. At least in my mind, it's not close. It's not similar. to Portuguese at all. And Italian, yeah, it is similar. It's almost as Spanish and Portuguese, no? So I do mix up all the time. That's why I'm gonna have a class tomorrow, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak like I don't know how is the word, like Spanish and Portuguese is Portuñol. How would be Italian and Portuguese?
Yeah, Portugal. Yeah.
Mhm. I don't know, but probably I'm gonna mix up a lot tomorrow, because it's really similar. Italian, Portuguese, it's almost like Italian, Portuguese, and Spanish. It's like the same language, but it's spoken in different way. It's really similar.
Yes. And do you think it's helpful though that they're similar to like learn
No,
the grammatical rules?
no, it kind of. I think it's kind of. I don't know. It's harder, That's why I stopped Spanish. It was really close, similar to Portuguese. So I would be like in my mind, I would be speaking Spanish, but the words that came out of my mouth, it was Portuñol all the time. So that's why I
Yeah.
decided, wow, it's really instead of being easy, it's hard, like I'm mixing up a lot. So I'm gonna give up on Spanish for a while. It's gonna be on the back burner, and I'm gonna go like I'm gonna start to study French. So that's why I never went back to Spanish.
And I
Yeah,
think if you're thinking of Canada, it'll be good to learn French as
yeah.
well.
That's why I was thinking about Montreal. I would be
Um,
able to use English, but I would be mainly speaking French.